Okay, so for this one here, right, this one here, right, is literally not, right. This one here was supposed to be this. It does not look like, no, it's supposed to have like the light blues and everything. It's close, but it's not blended how it should be, right? It gets better though, right? Because next up is this one, right? And this one was supposed to come with silk in it. Where is it? Purple silk. It was right there. What? See, right there. It's supposed to come with that purple silk. And this is what I got. And you see, it's purples and mints and white, right? This is what I got. Right? And now I specified the colors in this one because there's also orange. I will pull the orange off, don't worry. But there's no silk. It's not even in it. I separated a little. There's no silk. Right? But now, the last one, right, I ordered this because first off, it's Wonderland. It's part of the Alice in Wonderland set that she has, right? But in it, it has Copper Angelina, right? And you can see it right there. And you can see it right there, right? Right, the picture compared to the, right? I wanted to cry when I got this. It's like a filament. So this is what I got. This is the one side. And it doesn't have the teals in it or anything. But instead of the copper color, the Copper Angelina, which is like a sparkly, she put just orange roving. So, because of that, it's funny that you say I got ripped off, because here, we're gonna talk about it, because, yes, Pink Cactus, hello, welcome on in. So, she never even put a tracking. She shipped it out after it was supposed to be delivered, right? And I was expecting a little while. And, so, last Saturday, I put in a ticket thing, whatever, right? She defended herself by saying she's disabled, and that, I had fiber in my mouth, that I should have paid for the more shipping, then it could have had a tracking number, right? And all this other stuff. No. And then the whole time she's like, oh, also, I would give you more freebies if you bought more stuff. No. So because of that, right? And then I'll get on that again, right? So in the meantime, I found the shop that I got this and this from, right? This is gorgeous, right? So I found this shop, and this is exactly what I wanted. That's the Angelina right there. It's the Copper Angelina. This is what I thought I was going to get, but not in Rolex, right? I didn't think it was going to come like this. It was supposed to be as a back, right? So I found this, right? So I found this, and I wasn't going to order, right? Because I was giving her benefit of the doubt. So after you start the thing to report an Etsy seller, I almost said buyer, an Etsy seller, you have to wait 48 hours. So that threw me at Monday morning. I work Sunday through Thursday mornings. So I waited till I got home Sunday evening, and I escalated it to Etsy to take care of. They immediately threw the case up. Then they're like, okay, we're closing your case, and we're giving you your money back. I'm like, okay. But we're not taking it from her. I'm like, whatever, but I still think you should. And then Right, and the whole time I'm like, they're not gonna send it back. So Jody, my moderator Jody here, is like, you know, I just got looking, and you're not the only person. Like, the reviews are not reviewing well. Basically. It looks like on this specific shop, if you live outside the UK, your package always gets lost. Are you just not shipping it? As an Etsy seller, you would cry if you shipped out something that was not your product, or I would contact buyer first. That's so shocking. I sold on Etsy. Etsy stole money from me, basically. So I quit that, and I have my own shop now. I use my fourth wall shop. And I am happy with it. But even then, I would not ever sell anything that was not up to par. I snoozed my... Oh man, did I miss it? Ugh. But yeah, like, there is no excuse at all. But because of that, Dueling Needles had found the Copper Angelina, and I ordered some, so I'm gonna save it. It was just, it made my head hurt. But it was just, yeah. Ads, okay, thank you. But we'll talk more when the ads are over. Yeah, you're in. Yeah, I thought that would have come up as urine, like bodily fluid, but yeah. Let it down. Would have been funny though. Oh, Trisha, I'm so sorry.
Go back to when we were crazy kids with a lot of feelings.
We have a couple more ads going, I think. About 40 seconds. Jody, this one's not bad to use. It's still kind of light, but it's not as light as the others. Starry Star's here. Hi, Starry Star. How are you? I hope all's well in your corner of the world. Okay, everybody should be back. So yeah. I'm gonna scroll up because we missed some. Trisha says that she's disabled, not an excuse to pull. Yes. I work with people with developmental disabilities, which can also be physical disabilities, and mental health, right? So I totally know that, you know, that's not an excuse. With everything that my individuals can do, it's not a good excuse at all. It's not an excuse. Have subs on while Hubby watches. You're so mad. I don't blame you, Starry Star. I know, I could only imagine. But I could also imagine your mother. Not my fault, apparently I'd skipped you. That's alright, though. It's not the crafter job for her if she keeps poorly made products. Oh yeah, Starry, you are. I totally see. Oh my god. Hi, Sam. That was my computer saying that I don't have viruses. CC was in the way. Yet Starry is a disabled seller on Etsy and makes phenomenal products. Sam, how are you? I hope all's well in your corner of the world. Sam, you missed me playing Power Wash with Jody yesterday. Oh, a stretch. Stretching's good. Oh, and a hydrate, yes. No, you're alright. Ooh, Starry, can you drop your Etsy link here in chat for us? Right? Like, I wanted to cry, that's how bad it was. I'm gonna type it out. There we go. Just because I know that Starry is on post captioning. But yeah, like, it infuriates me. Who is at my door? Who's at the door? Oh, him? No, not right now. 30. Right? Right? We know. Oh my gosh. I knew that was your link too. I knew. I knew it was me, myself, and something. I couldn't remember. Because I've been there. Do I follow you there? Like, I better. There we go. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I'm gonna bring it up. Like, yo! How cute is that? How cute is that? How cute. Somebody go buy that. 10 out of 10, I approve. Right there. And then look at these blankets. These are gorgeous. I think I've seen you make a couple of these, Starry. I never told him he could. I mean, I did let him go over to Harley's because he did the stuff outside, but I never told him he could have it. If that doesn't disappear today, I'm gonna cry. But Starry, you've been here long enough, you know I knew that. Yes. Yes, she does. Quick, too. I wish she needs to teach me how to be fast. Aren't they beautiful? Right. Right, Jody? She can teach both of us. I've decided. At the same time. Live on Discord. I will move this up a little in a second. Just because I know some of the closed captioning can be covering it. Is that better? I just undid that stitch. Oops. Ooh, that's exciting. I forgot what I was doing. Oh, nice. No such thing. Might get through all these parts. Might. That's the real thing. Will we? Who knows? At this point, we keep ranting and raving about other stuff. Right? It's worth it. Yes, do what Amanda says. Amanda's face. Please. Film finished! Yay! We got you. Always happy to. Yeah, the heat is killer lately. Always happy to scroll through. I mean, if you put it that way, yes.
I try my best to keep my mind occupied so that I can focus on anything but you. 'Cause all I want is to get.
Hey Jody, what do you think? Should I do the Alice piece next? I mean, not here on stream, but you know, as my extra. Oh, Isabella's like, yeah, Jody, you're not answering. What did I do there? Wait, Isabella, did you see the fabric I'm gonna use for it? I don't know, rain might be dry. No, okay, hold on. I'll show you. It's here. Where's Arsenic so she can ooh and ah over her own work? Well, hold on. This one. It's pinks and purples. It's gorgeous. I love it. I got this from Arsenic. I bought like 4 pieces from Arsenic. Hi Spoopy, how's it going? I hope all's well in your corner of the world. So I'll kit that one up later. He really did. I played Power Wash with Jody yesterday. Sam, where were you? Sam. You missed it. And that's honestly one of the first things I typed in Jody's chat yesterday. I was like, where's Sam? Sam, are you moving yet? Get up another. Ooh, what one? Look, Spoopy, I feel that. What? Well, I know you mentioned that you might, or you were gonna make yourself food or something. Spoopy, that's a mood because I started this one here on Monday, and yeah, the last couple stitches went in it today. Yeah. It's a mood. It's a good mood. I don't know if she's fully moved yet. I wonder if I think they're just starting to move. Or something like that. Yes. Yeah. I can stop at Wally World too. Y'all, does aloe really, really expire? Baby girl put it on her sunburn the other day and it burnt. Kanagawa? Ocean Wave cross stitch, but need to finish one project before starting. No, you got it. Hardest not to have too much. Spoopy, do what I do. Ready? Ready? You only have one whip, and that's one that you're currently working on. Right, Starry? But does that count as starting something new, Jody? Does it? But Hubbers would like to know if, that also, counts Power Wash Sim starting a new game. Aloe vera gel can be stored for up to 2 to 3 years in a cool, dry place without being in direct sunlight in order to keep it from drying out. Make sure the lid is tightly fastened after use. Always make sure your hands are clean prior to use to... Yeah. Okay. Right? Or just count one. See, that's different. I tried having plants indoors, and I had a couple of kids kind of dump stuff in them that killed them. Yeah. Do you really? That's exciting. Don't be telling her I neglect her. Okay. Oh, she is. She's a sweetheart. Yeah, they're not here. You didn't mean to. Okay, I thought I messed that up. No. Yeah, there was a date, but I just threw it out anyways. Because she said that it burnt. And it's supposed to help against the burns, not give you a burn. So fast with the Dr. Google, right? I'll just get new. Yeah, but that doesn't mean I remember when it was open. What's she got now? No, she's been chewing on it. Let her open it. No! I can't keep buying new things for myself because I like buying her new things. Right, Maple? I like buying you new things. Do not bark at me. Oh, really? I did not know that. Right? Who knows how long you have anything? Another piece waiting to be stirred for your boyfriend, and that's 18 by 24 inches and 18 count. Yes, 18 count. Not enough time. Truth. 8 years. Ooh, that's a good idea. Aloe plant? Yeah. Aloe plants are the way to go if by chance you don't have anybody here to kill them. AKA my children, my boys. Yeah. Look, that one's done too. Onto the whipped cream. Oh my gosh, Jody, we might start like the cups over here next. Well, the words at least. Aloe plants 3 times, gave the 4th to a neighbor because you forgot to water it. Brought it back to life, and her cat killed it. Of course, right? Right. Actually, ooh, I gotta put water in that. But I have... I don't remember what it is. I might. You never know. But I think we're about half done. You managed to kill cactuses? That's alright. Oh, really? I think I knew that. Maybe that's another reason I don't have aloe. Do I have whipped cream anywhere? I do, this one. I'm proud of myself because my garden is in. I have a couple different tomatoes, some pickling cucumbers, a couple different kinds of peppers, yellow squash